Yo, what's up, boys? It's VOD Session number one. Yeah, I'll just be reviewing this trio scrims that we ran into, me and my boys. We ran this up a couple of weeks ago, and just gonna be reviewing on what we did good, what we did bad, and kind of just looking to overall improve on. And y'all be interested, want your scrim reviewed or any game, tourneys, trying to do a VOD session, just hit me up
Dive
in the
into it.
comments and I got you,
First of all,
boys.
you guys need to always win your drops, okay? Lots of people, you die out of spawn. You cannot be doing that in tourneys, bro. You cannot be dying out of spawn. Like, you cannot miss these early placements, and that's kind of just what sells most of the teams. Like, you don't see no top teams dying 6 of the 10 games they play in a tourney. So you always got to make sure you get good drops. You want to make sure you have a good map, a good drop map, or you have a good understanding on how to drop. So this is how we out-drop these kids, and essentially they just have to swerve. We land, look at these kids in the back. Look how far they are. They just had to drop down instead of going in. Anyways, go back. He landed in the house right here. We got Hugh. Hugh landed on the other side. And of course, we got me all the way up here, bro. Landing up on the pillar drop. It's a drop not many of you guys know about. But if you don't know, you can land right here, jump off. And people think you take fall damage, but you don't. You can just get loot quickly and easy like that. Look at that, we got debris unconned. Nobody around us. Looking at the map. We go into drone. Unpause the replay. And we get all this loot to ourselves, okay? And here's the thing without this place. If you always like this, you can get so much loot, so many OXR points. Well, of course, we pull the first zone, which is really strong for us, right? And obviously you can see here now that we pulled zone here too, but not the point. A key important thing about this is making sure you spread around the loot following other people. Like, first of all, here you see how we're positioned here. We're farming barrels. There's enough barrels at this POI. Shooting these, freaking, I don't even know what you call them, but the spawner. But yeah, you want to do these, you can get your OXR rank up really easy. You can get easily to A. You could want a key bunker here. The thing about this PO is it is pretty far from bunkers, bunker spawns. They're all pretty far out. And it did get nerfed because there's no medallion here, right? But besides the point, it's still a really strong POI. Really strong POI. So we'll probably skip ahead a little bit. Skip into the mid game. So main play we do is our looting path. We'd loot up in Demon's debris, and then we'd rotate up this hill into the mountains. Farming brick and metal. You can get easy max metal brick here. Drop it down here, max metal. And yeah, we got this team to our backside. This is just a scrim though, so obviously you got you can't shoot or whatever yet not, but yeah, you can farm up metal. We'll skip ahead. Skip further ahead. See, down in these tunnels is really strong because you got all the teams up above you, right? Fighting it out. But here, it's just really so strong. You're nice and safe down here, right? There's so many extra heals. We have so much extra heals. We're maxed out on rotates, all this stuff. We got max mats, I'd show you, but yeah, so you can hide the UI. Yeah, we'll go, just skip a little bit more ahead. And when we start getting to these rotating zones, like, we're getting really lucky on these pulls, right? But you see how we're not really fighting and not really, not fighting, what am I saying? We're not really contesting into spots that are, like, I guess, low. Actually, what you want to get about, I know most of you guys have heard about dead side, talking about where zone pulls and how it can pull far. But essentially, what you want to do is you don't want to be in dead side all the time, right? The idea of dead side, it's not necessarily a true thing anymore. Back then, it was a pretty much apparent thing, but now it's more about low, medium, and high priority zones. Zone pulls far, right? And we got this team ahead of us, right? And most people would honestly wait, right? But we're dead side, okay? There's just only this one team in front of us that we see. We see nothing to the right. Like, we just pad instead. We go over on top of all these kids. We go, let's see. Person. Watch Wilson, 6'4". So he's rotating in, right? He's going low. These kids aren't shooting at us. It's kind of hard to hit. I mean, we're getting shot at, but their aim kind of sucks, not gonna lie. It's like priority of traveling in 3 people. We have so much extra heals. We're straight on dead side. Nobody's fighting us. We're easy conned into here, in close. And for you that know how to pull zones, those typically pull in this kind of pattern. We saw a zone pulled. It's gonna pull, and then pull closer to this side. We'll skip a little ahead. This game was actually pretty scuffed. I'm not gonna lie. See, look, we're gonna max pull right here. This is not ideal for us. I mean, we still have our pad to rotate, I believe. And I believe we fizz padded. Yeah, we fizz padded to rotate across here. We refarm brick. So much mats. Throw it down. Oh, I guess we don't fizz pad. We don't fizz pad here. But yeah, we're flying in the air. Got these kids below us, right? But it's not really too much of a big deal. Like, sure, these kids can shoot us, but they're getting behind on their rotate, right? Look how much we just got ahead of 6 teams right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams. We're contesting for this 5th spot. Grab shield still. We got this base here. These kids on the surge tower, but I mean, stuff like this. Go to Hugh. He's leading the way, right? He's clearing the box. You want to check these bushes. There's so many people dying to bushes nowadays. It's actually concerning. So we got a good pull. We're still dead side here, right? There's nobody in front of us, nobody around us. Got kids behind us, but we padded over them. They shot at us, and now they're in low priority zone. Let's skip ahead a little bit. We're in this spot. We're doing really good. This is a great position for us, right? We're boxed up. Shirt's on edge. I mean, this is a great spot. We're up ahead of all these kids. We're like 10 or 15 teams out, not even in circle yet, and we're one of them. So we can just box up and look back. You see, I'm looking back at these kids. They're all rotating. All right, quick pause. We're just going to look at this real quick. So these principles of low, high, medium priority, these are like, we use these really well. When we rotated in, we got in early, right? We were able to shoot back at these kids in low priority, making sure we were staying above surge and getting tags, possible refreshes if we needed to. But the teams we went over, right, over using the pad, getting ahead of them, they're stuck in low priority zone and they're just struggling to rotate in because they got all the people looking in medium and high priority looking back at them as they're trying to rotate in. And then they're also getting shot in the back by all the other people in low priority. They're just getting focused and they're stuck in this just congested zone. All right, we'll just jump right back in where we left off. But look at all these teams, they're rotating in, okay? Look at us, where are we at? Shoot. Oh, my fault. We're not even by their side, but you can see them all getting shot at. See, this is us shooting these kids. These kids are so scuffed, right? We get this knock right here. They're so scuffed. They're trying to res, but they're not even gonna get it off because we're gonna keep pressuring them. Boom, he dies. We get another knock, get a second knock. You can res this kid because there's just more kids. It's not worth prioritizing pressuring a kid, a full team, right? Because there's so many more kids you can fight. Like this kid back here, this team in the back, they're not even in yet. And we can just pressure them that entire time. All these kids back in the storm taking tick. But we can just look back and we're in such a chilling position, elevated up on the hill. And we just start prepping for the next rotate. We pre-fizz, right? Get healed up, get everyone healthy. And we see zone pulls, right? We just set up the crash pad really early, right here. We all hit it. We get ahead up above this mountain on behind it. We're nice and covered. Nobody can shoot us. We're gonna watch this. We'll go back a little bit. This is such a clean, like textbook rotate that anybody that doesn't know this, you're not qualing for like any second round of any cash cup, any div cup. You're stuck in Division 5 next season for duos. Like this is all textbook. It's all following the same type of format, same type of. Oh my, come on. Warren needs to fix their replays. The new replays have not been in, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. Yeah, we'll skip that. We'll go to me since I lead the rotate. So in this scrim, I'd be running IGL. I've been IGL in this tourney. So clearly, look, we need to go early, right? Because I already know we're in front side. We're in priority zone right here. Zone pulled. We run aside. Comp to go underneath the hill, getting us cover so we won't get shot. And it's just a free dead side rotate up here. We can run all the way in. All the way in. Nobody else is in, by the way. We're the closest to being in. You can take a little storm, right? It doesn't matter. He gets a little stuck. That's fine. But all these kids, now we can just shoot back at these kids. Like this kid back here, he's so cooked. He's so far back. These kids, they're all going to have to rotate all the way across, fight through each other, and get sprayed at. And guess who's spraying them? You guessed it, us. Up until this point, it's a pretty free game, okay? It's a pretty free game. It's not that tight of a circle. There's not that many people in the zone. It's not many people fighting for priority. But now when you're here, at this point, when you got like 30, 40 people playing for a spot, it's kind of cooked, okay? Like you got lots of people. It's calling me. Oh, shoot the trio. We shoot out the roof. And this tree did scuff up, I'm not gonna lie. This kind of sold us. We see this crash pad further back and we end up hitting it anyways, which just this is lucky, I'm not gonna lie. That was a terrible play from us. I guess all the way up here on front side. This is beautiful right here. I don't know if you can tell, I know because the replay is bugged, but I'm placing cones here, okay? Cones, floors, roofs. And I'm just taking all this low ground space, okay? So these kids below us, they can't rotate ahead and get into here. Now they're gonna have to fight all above and be extra congested. Well, I got all the low ground taken for us. I took low fully for our team. And now we're all chilling fully down here. We still have tons of mats, right? We're still stacked on mats. All these kids fighting, running around, being scuffed. Because we can just spray them, focus any team we want. Because we're in a fully built box. We have so much space. If you don't have rotates, if you don't play it perfectly, you essentially die. Here we take a half zone. You want to take these moves in usually 1 or 2 crash pads. You can space them out so you don't have to fully die in the air because you don't want to fizz in these, okay? You never want to fizz in crash pads like these because you can get shot out the air. Players at this age are good enough. This team right here, this guy's scuffed this solo, right? Tries shooting at us. Tags at us, good tag. Here, we're in a great spot still. We're in circle, right? We full pulled. We got zone, full coverage. And this is about the time we need to start getting a refresh, I won't lie. Because we used our mats tarping in that next zone. We're going to tarp through this next zone too. And it's another pull. We're down to wood. We got hards. You see this kid? He's rotating in. We get the refresh, right? Get extra crash pads, extra whites. Now we have enough to pad. We get in. That was honestly a terrible play. That was a play for height, which we did sell. Which probably would have won us the game in all honesty, but it's fine. It is what it is. You don't win them all, right? That was a big mistake here. I sold the crash pad jump. We're running through here, tarping in. We're getting sprayed by height, right? You need to drop in this scenario. I see this kid on low, just so perfect. Me and my teammate, I break the wall. He jumps in because he has more health, right? He has more health than me. I was on low health, right? He gets knocked, sure, but we traded. Situations like this, that's fine. With the fizz, oh my, I sold there. And yeah, we're in second place here. That's a good second for us. I popped kit early, trying to walk in, and yeah, it's just unwinnable. I mean, it's winnable, but yeah, just died to zone, and that's how that game went. So overall, very solid performance. Very solid. All from this spot right here, this POI. This POI, this rotation path, running up the mountain, padding into circle, staying dead side. This is guaranteed top 5 every game. If you play it perfectly well, where you don't key kids, you don't play it out well, you play solid enough where to the point where you're not dying on rotates and you're just making it into zone easily.